Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Joe Q. I know it has been a minute, and that is on me, but between coaching and working the restaurants, my ass has been buried. But soccer ends on Sunday, so hopefully I can start grinding again and get back into this shit. Because I will be honest with y'all, in my personal opinion, I think Telesco and AP are doing one hell of a job, and we are building a roster that could actually be true contenders moving forward into this 2024 season. I have not been this jacked about our squad in a good minute, but I have been gone for like 4 months, so we have a decent amount of shit that we have to cover tonight. I'm going to try to move through it pretty quick, but be sure to leave your comments. Let me know your opinion. That's what this channel is all about. If you're new to it, think about subbing up. I do appreciate it. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into this. I want to go ahead and start off with talking about the draft, because it does not matter who we would have drafted in that first round. Everybody was going to bitch about it, and it fucking drives me insane. So many people were sitting out there, I just want to get the best player available on the board. And then we go out there and get possibly a generational talent in Brock Bowers, a kid with unlimited potential who might one day be a Hall of Famer, and everybody still bitched about it. This kid is arguably the best player in this entire fucking draft class. Everybody should be happy as shit that he is a Raider right now. We didn't need another tight end. We got Michael Mayer, and he's supposed to be a badass. He is a fucking badass. And now we have two of the best young tight ends in football as number 1 and 2 on our roster. How can people be pissed about this? These two kids have a chance at being fucking something special. The only real question mark behind these two is who's going to throw them the ball. And as far as Brock Bowers, you can put his ass in the slot. You can move him outside like we used to do with Waller. This kid is unlimited potential. Get that shit through your heads. As far as that second and third round go, Johnson and Glaze, I'm kind of up in the air about. I'm not going to say that they were bad picks, but I think there was a lot more potential sitting on that board as far as both those picks went. But it is what it is. We have to settle with what this team goes with. It's not like we're the ones sitting here making this fucking choice. But I will tell you, we made up for it in the 4th round. Because that cornerback, Richardson, out of Mississippi State is the real fucking deal. It's going to take him a little bit of time. We have some corners in front of him. I know a lot of people are saying, like, we need to go out there in free agency and land one more corner. I really don't think we do. Just give this kid about 6 weeks and he will be in that rotation and he will be damn good. Then in the 5th round, we went out and we took that kid Tavi out of Ohio State. That kid is Masterson 2.0, I promise you that. I told your asses, keep an eye on Masterson. He's going to be a legit linebacker in the NFL. He panned out. I was right about that. It's the same damn thing with this kid. But it took Masterson like 2 seasons to get his shit together. I will say the Raiders do need to go out and land one more linebacker to add to this core, like one good legitimate linebacker to bring onto this squad before this season starts. And that linebacker room will be set as shit. And as far as Trey Taylor and Devonshire go, those two dudes are going to be fighting for practice squad spots. I'd really be shocked if either one of them ended up cracking that 53-man roster. Late round rookies seldomly do. Overall, I give this draft class a solid B. I think these dudes did a hell of a job. 2nd and 3rd round, we stretched a little, but outside of that, we landed some solid-ass players. They're going to make a difference for this team moving forward, man. You got to be happy about that. All right, moving on from the draft, I want to talk about the free agents that we did pick up, or the notable free agents that we did pick up. Harrison Bryant was a waste of fucking money. We did not need another tight end on this roster. I don't know if he's going to end up making a 53. I don't even know if he's going to end up making it through camp. That just is what it is. You got to bring in depth pieces. You got to have your competition. I really don't think that dude stands a chance. Let me know if you think I'm wrong on that, but I will tell you right now, and I know this dude catches a good bit of shit from the nation, one player that is going to crack this 53 is going to play every week and is going to be a huge fucking difference maker, and a player that I truly fucking love is Alexander Madison. This kid is a fucking freak. I was happy as shit when I got the notification that we ended up signing him. Him and Zamir White as your 1-2 punch with this offensive line that we have built in front of them is going to be fucking crazy. I'm not going to sit here and say that both these dudes are going to go over 1,000 yards, but I am telling you we are going to be able to go over 100 yards combined between those two in every single game. And if you can establish that kind of running game, it's going to open up play action. It's going to open up the deep ball. It's going to open up your entire fucking playbook. I am telling you, by the end of this year, everybody will be just as happy as I am that this fucker's on our squad. Then we have to get to our 2 big money additions that we brought on. We're going to start with Christian Wilkins. In my opinion, if this guy ends up playing the way that he's supposed to, this is the missing piece that this defense has been struggling with over the past 3 to 5 years. Possibly even longer than that. We finally have a defensive tackle that can get in there and cause fucking chaos. And if you got Kuntz and Crosby on either side of them, you're going to be bringing some pressure like we haven't seen in a good damn minute. This defense is seriously starting to shape up. It started to look damn good towards the the end of last season, and they are just continuing to move in the right direction. This is the part of this team that I am most fucking excited about. Biggest fear is that Wilkins comes out and ends up being one of those dudes, and we know that we have done this shit so many times in the past that we pay a shit ton of money to, and he either sucks or he gets hurt immediately. Sadly, that has been the Raider way. Now we got to move back to the offense, and this is the elephant in the fucking room. We signed Gardner Minshew, and Minshew Mania is taking over Las Vegas. I do not believe in that shit at all. Minshew Mania is nothing but inconsistent football with some splashy shit thrown in and a bunch of interceptions. And then we have AOC, who's possibly going to be Pendar's starter going into next season, even though that price tag says otherwise. It sucks to say, but our entire season rides on the shoulders of that quarterback room. And the more of a competition it is, the better it is, but if it becomes us bitching about who's going to be the starter, that means that we are losing games and shit is not going right. It's a matter of opinion of who you want to win this starting job. I've seen people saying they want Minshew. I've seen people saying they want O'Connell. The bottom line is whoever ends up winning it has to stick it out and actually be able to put up points on the fucking scoreboard. I'm personally leaning more towards AOC. Let that fucking kid have this team. You gave it to him all last season. Give it to him at the start, and let's see how he plays out. Bringing in Pete from the Saints to help shore up this offensive line is going to give him a little bit more time. We have a solid running game behind them, and they have every fucking weapon they could possibly win on the offensive side of the ball. I don't care who wins the job as long as they fucking win games. Because we're finally going to have a defense that can back you up. So if you can drop 20 plus points a week, you will have a legitimate shot at winning that game. That brings us to the 2024 schedule release. Man, when I first looked at this, I was like, shit, we're fucked. We got a shit ass schedule. When I really started to break it down, I was going game by game. Honest prediction, right now, 10-7. But on the flip side, if we get into this QB controversy and who should be starting, there's a real fucking chance that we end up going 9-8 or possibly 8-9. I'm not going to sit here and break down every game, but I will tell you exactly how I got to these numbers. The Broncos, we're going to end up sweeping. That's going to put us at 2-0. The Chargers and the Chiefs we're going 1-1 with. So we're going to be 4-2 by the time we're done with our divisional games, which is damn fucking good. We got the Browns at home. I think that is a winnable game. We got the Bengals on the road. I hate to say it, but at least during the regular season, I have to count that game as a loss. We're not going to fucking go 17-0. You have to accept your losses. If we play them again in the playoffs, it might be a little bit different. But as far as that regular season goes, you end up going to Cincinnati, you might end up getting your ass kicked in that one. And we drew the NFC South, and I was pretty torn with this one, I'm not going to lie to you. But we play the Falcons at home. We owe them an ass kicking from what they handed us a couple years back. I truly hope we destroy that fucking team. We also have Carolina at home. Carolina's still going to suck next year. That's not going to be an issue. That's another win for us. But then we have to play Tampa in Tampa, and we have to play New Orleans in New Orleans. And I know that everybody's going to be chomping at the bit about that Derek Carr game. Honestly, none of that shit actually matters because we are going to lose to Tampa and we are going to lose to the Saints. We end up going 2-2 with the NFC South. Then we play Pittsburgh at home. We're going to kick the shit out of Pittsburgh, and I can guarantee you that. We have to play Baltimore on the road. That's a fucking loss. Baltimore is going to be a fucking powerhouse this season. Mark my words on that. I don't care if they have injuries or not. That team is fucking stupidly strong right now. And then these last three games is where that record really changes because we play the Jaguars at home, and they're going to have a pretty solid team, but we match up very well with them, and I really think we could pull that one out. Then we play Miami and the Rams both on the road. In my personal opinion, these two games right here are going to be what depend on if the Raiders make the playoffs or we don't. We have to be able to squeak out one of these two to have a shot at hitting that wild card, or if we end up winning a few of these tough-ass games, possibly winning the damn division, which would be a dream fucking come true, but I don't even want to go there yet until I see how this shit shakes out. So be sure to hit me up. Let me know your thoughts. I'm really happy to be back, man. I'm excited as shit about this. I'm sorry if this video wasn't perfect, but like I said, man, it's been a fucking minute. I have seriously missed y'all, and it feels really damn good to be making another video. Hopefully I'll see you guys incredibly soon. It won't be until after I finish off soccer season on Sunday, but moving into next week, hopefully we can start rolling. Till then, I'm Joe Q. I'm happy as shit to be back. We'll see you soon, nation.